it is official. The Electricity Company of Ghana, together with GRIDCO, is set to announce a timetable to regulate power supply amidst possible outages from the 10th of May to the 17th of May in that regard. This follows a request by contractors of the Kaswa-Pokwase substation for the need for this particular timetable, of which the ECG has been justifying. Let's take a listen to the boss, the CEO of ECG, explaining the reasons why.
As we have already stated, we are coming out of a planned schedule whereby, the areas that are going to be affected have been grouped into 4. Group A, B, C, and D. The outage throughout. For the 8 days, you will see outage in the night. As we have already stated, we are coming out of a planned schedule whereby, the areas that are going to be affected have been grouped into 4. Group A, B, C, and D. And we schedule in such a way that no single customer will see the outage throughout. For the 8 days, you will see probably 12-hour outage in the daytime. The next 3 days, you will see outage in the night time. We will rotate it so that it doesn't affect customer throughout. So that's our plan.
What is the stating this outage that you mean?
All this outage is due to connecting the GRIDCO line to the national grid so that we can use our part of the control system to supply power to our customers.
Which areas will be affected?
Like I said, in Sawam, Pokwase, Bawe, it's a lot of areas.
When is it start?
From 10th of May till 17th of May. That's where the outages will occur. But the actual commission will happen on 31st of May. And then 1 week later, ECG will start loading our feeders.
And you heard the CEO of ECG explaining that, but let's also hear from the CEO of GRIDCO, who has been explaining the reasons for the technical introductions in a way to stem the issues of power outages across the country.
If there is a human intervention, then it means that the automatic devices may not have recognized that there is a fault. That is only when there will be human intervention. These things have been set automatically so that when they see the problem, they have to take, as he said, the machine, which is a transformer or a line off, in order not to damage the equipment. These equipment are very expensive. One transformer costs not less than $2 million. And if it gets damaged, it will take 1 year minimum to go and manufacture and bring a new one. So we want you to bear with us. Whenever your power goes off, know that there is a problem. And the problem is being attended to. That is why it has been taken off. And it is not a human intervention. Most of the time, it is these devices that you see plastered all over here that sense. And they do it in milliseconds. They act faster than the human being. In milliseconds. Sometimes it's microseconds. You cannot detect with your eye. Or, my reaction will not be as fast as that. That's why I say that it is only when they fail to act that a human being would go to act. By then, there might have been some disaster that have been caused because it was not properly taken off.
But in all of this, one sector that's going to suffer is the business community. Even though it's a 1 week timetable that we're expecting, the Hoteliers Association is raising some stark concerns about the impact on their productivity. The president thankfully joins us via Zoom, Dr. Akanyamike. We're so grateful that you joined us. You've heard from GRIDCO, you've heard from ECG. What's your response to exactly what's happening regarding the load shedding exercise?
Well, Charles, thanks so much for the opportunity. For an 8-day period, I don't think that would be much of a challenge. The hotel industry, more so when they are going to give out a timetable for that. And if I heard the ECG gentleman, he indicated that no area would suffer the outage for more than a certain period, I think 12 hours or so. So if that is adhered to, then there shouldn't be a challenge, because indeed every hotel or most hotels are standby generators, which they deploy immediately there's an outage from the national grid. So this shouldn't be a problem to the industry.
But beyond that, if you're looking at the entire power sector, we're having this discussion about the possible increase in utilities, of which, players like yourself have raised concern about. Paint towards the picture. Should there be a possible increase in utility prices? How could this impact the cost of production?
That is where the issue is, and that is where we have concerns. The planned increase in the utilities for electricity. I don't know about water yet, but that will certainly affect our business, because even now we are complaining of the tariffs. And so if it's going to be increased, then we are going to have further challenges, because even though business is picking up slowly and gradually, we are still not at that point where we can say that we are out of the woods. We would be able to manage further increase in the cost of our operations. So I am just praying that that planned increment will be thought through very well with regards to the business environment that we find ourselves in. Also, when some taxes have been increased, I mean the NHIL, and then other sanitation levy and all that. Those are all factors that will affect our business. So I do pray and hope that there will be some consideration, especially with those who depend a lot on electricity for their business, like the hotel industry.
Dr. Edward Akanyameka, we're so grateful that he joined us with your input. He's the president of the Hoteliers Association, speaking to us on recent happenings within the power sector.